what happened in Bucha, in Mariupol, and many other places of Ukraine haven't been done by chance by Russian soldiers. It's a result of Russian anti-human, anti-Ukrainian propaganda, which was conducted for a decade at least. I would draw your attention to one piece which appeared on April 3rd on the website of Russian state-run agency RIA Novosti. And this piece was devoted fully to Ukraine. So the main thesis of this article were to de-Ukrainianize Ukraine, to de-Europeanize Ukraine, to dismember Ukraine into the so-called people's republics, read puppets republics. And even no title, Ukraine shouldn't appear in the titles of this so-called republic. So definitely this is an ideological background for genocide of Ukrainians. I will leave the point of discussion about the differentiation between war crimes, crimes against humanity and genocide to the lawyers and criminologists. But we can see that it was, in this Russian propaganda, the call for this genocide de facto. There's a lot of many other examples, like Dmitry Medvedev, former president of Russia, and now he's deputy head of the Council on National Security of Russia. So he stated that Ukrainians, with all history about Ukraine and Ukrainian identity, is a fake. So again, this is basically, if you imagine these soldiers who for a decade at least were in this propaganda, you can imagine how they would behave against civilians. And here we need to talk about the responsibility of the Russian society as well. Because we know the figures are not, it's difficult to estimate how truthful are the figures, but we know that a large number of Russian society is supporting this aggressive war. They share these views about denazification of Ukraine. Frankly speaking, when I read and watch Russian TV or YouTube channels with Russian propagandists, in several minutes I started to believe that I am Nazi and it's necessary to denazify me. So I understand what does it mean to live in this crazy Goebbels-type propaganda. However, compared with the Soviet Union, it's necessary to mention that the access of information, and I lived in the Soviet Union, but at that time there was no access to alternative information with some reservations regarding Western broadcasting, which was very difficult even to listen. Now there is an internet, and it's possible to get alternative views. It's possible to get the stories. It's possible to see videos and photos of what had been done to civilians in Ukraine. Again, you may not believe the Western TV channels. Go to Al Jazeera, go to Indian TV channels, which are reflecting, by the way, to a great extent, Russian point of view, but they show these videos. It's documented by the correspondents on the ground. So there is possibility for Russian people to go after this information and to receive alternative point of view, and then just to think about what's going on. However, even many of our relatives who are in Russia, they believe this Russian propaganda. So Russian society is ill. Putin's propaganda is responsible, definitely. Russian military, Russian so-called liberation army is responsible for killings of civilians, but Russian society is also responsible, and if it would like to recover, it's necessary to be recognized.